Hello my loves, welcome to today's reading. So today's reading is all about your June 2021 love predictions, and specifically I asked about romance. So somehow subconsciously when I was shuffling, I decided to ask specifically about romance. So all of them are romance based. All the messages here are love, but towards the romantic part. So that's being said, if you're new to this pick a card reading, or in general to this concept and to my channel, the way it works is that you have a couple of piles to choose from, and then you just try and feel which pile draws your attention the most. It can be that you're drawn towards more than one pile, and that is totally fine, because that can indicate that there are messages in that second or third pile for you as well. Feel free to watch that pile as well if you feel like it, of course. But once you've done choosing your pile, you can scroll down to the comment section below or to the description box, and you will find the timestamps that correspond to each of the piles. Once you click the specific pile that you chose, you'll be watching all about your love prediction for June 2021. That's been said, let's go to introductions. So we have pile number 1 with Rhodonite. We have pile number 2 with Rose Quartz. And we have pile number 3 with the Sunstone. So no need to rush, you can take all the time that you need, you can pause the video if you like to, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with pile number 1. Hello group number 1, if you chose the Rhodonite stone here, then this is your reading about your June, romance and love. Well, just to specify, I directly actually, when I was shuffling, asked it to be for romance. So most likely all the messages we're going to get in all of the piles are going to be romance-based. Not just general love, but actually romance. So that's being said, let's hop into your reading. As usual, we start with your tarot cards. You have 3 tarot cards to look at. And yeah, let's have a look into your month and what is going to be happening in your romantic life in June. So first card, we have the 10 of Cups. That's a really nice start, okay. Then we have the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, you have a very straightforward romantic message here. So pile number 1, if you chose the Rhodonite stone, here's your reading. So I do get a couple of messages here. I do feel like some of you could have already been starting a relationship. So I'm gonna go over a couple of scenarios. So some of you could already have been starting a relationship and you have been thinking about this person. You have been already considering them as a more of a serious relationship option. And I do feel like what is going to be happening in June is that you're getting significantly closer. You're getting significantly closer, and there's a lot of passion also involved. And also a lot of romantic love happening. So I do feel like June is a very prosperous in terms of love season for you. Because with the Ace of Wands, in this case, it talks to me about, because it's between Cups energy and the Lovers, it talks about passion, reigniting something, like new passionate encounters. I do feel like maybe a new spark starts up in your relationship, or you just get significantly closer, as I said before. With the 10 of Cups, this signifies like a fulfillment, an emotional fulfillment, like being, it can signify also family, but it can also signify like a very committed, nice, fulfilled relationship. And in this sequence, as I see here, I don't think it's like a progression from the beginning of the month till the end. I do feel like this talks about the entire month in general. And what I'm getting from here is that there's a lot of romance. So with if you're in a relationship already, you're going to get significantly closer with your partner. You're going to probably spend much more time together than before. It's going to be this romance here. Maybe you even try new hobbies together, or like something that gets you significantly closer and ignites a new type of passion in your life. Maybe you try, new routines, let's call it like this. Or you try, so I do feel like you're getting emotionally and physically much closer, and you spend much more time in June. For those who are not in a relationship, I do feel like there might have been a person, for some of you could have been a person already that you had in mind, or that you were, or maybe if you're just feeling wisely, like you have anticipated, you felt that somebody's coming towards you, and there actually are. So I do feel like a person's coming towards you, and you're developing a very passionate and very understanding emotional relationship. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of romance with the 10 of Cups. It makes me think about like very romantic moments, especially in the beginning of the summer, in the beginning of June. And as it progresses, I do feel like a lot of passion ignites. So for those who single or just starting their relationship, I do feel like it starts off with a really nice romantic vibe. You get significantly emotionally close. Before anything happens physically, I think you get very emotionally close. Like in a way that you feel so at peace, and that's harmony. Like there's a fulfillment and understanding. And there's a lot of like wonderful time together. Like this like rosy season, I feel like it from here. And it slowly gets into more of a passionate connection where I do feel like it's going to get really, really nice. And this is like an official, like it kind of concludes with being a full package relationship, like both emotionally fulfilling and physically fulfilling, and kind of everything just looks really good in June. I can't even say anything negative because you can see on your own that we have the 10 of Cups, which is like the highest of the numbered cups energy in the deck. And then we also have the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. So it's passion and romance, passion and romance. It's like a nice balance of both. Okay, let's have a look into your oracle cards. We have plenty for today and see maybe we have more messages. A woman holding a heart. So it could refer to you, regardless of gender. It could refer to you that you're going to be very in love with this person, or there's going to be like really nice feelings. Like I feel this energy of happiness, romance, love, like feeling very rosy, especially in the beginning of the month where things just get on starting for those who are new to a romantic relationship, or for those who are not new to a romantic relationship. I do feel like things get significantly more, what's the word? It's kind of more committed. I feel like you spend more time together because I'm looking at the number 4 here, and it does make me feel about this energy of commitment, but also like stability, security of a sort, because the 4 number is a bit more about security, stability. It's kind of grounding of a sort, settling ground. So I do feel like for those who are already in the relationship, things are just going to get more closer, more bonding, more time together, that's for sure. So let's get to your next oracle card. And we have Here and Now. Now, what does this make me feel like is that you're going to really spend a lot of time together, as I said before. It does feel like you focus on the present moment and you enjoy this moment to the fullest. So there might have been things in the past with other lovers. You might have considered the future with this potential with this person. But in any case, the present moment of every day in June is so fulfilled and full of interesting and happy moments that you're just living literally in the present. You enjoy the present moments. You're getting all these blessings, and it kind of feels so good that you're not really, it's not like you're not paying attention to your past or your future, you don't dream about it, that's not the case, but it's so fulfilling that you're really focused on the present. That's how it feels here. Yeah, it's gonna end. I don't see any new messages. I'm just gonna go to the next oracle card. As I said, we have plenty. Oh, right, this came with 2 cards, actually. And it's really interesting because I kept looking at this number here, which signifies 5, a change, and then we have a change in the wind. So it could be that you're bonding. So for those who are new to this romantic relationship, for those who are just things are getting unfolded, or maybe you even meeting this person in June, it does tell you that, well, it could potentially mean that the person that you have in mind right now, this is the person what the things are gonna get into the next stage, because with the here and now, for those who are single, it could indicate that the person who you have right now in mind is probably the person whose things are going to escalate to a progression, a positive progression. Now, the change in the wind could indicate for those who are in a relationship that you're getting more committed, you spend more time together, as I said before, and you're just getting to this new kind of spark, like you discover something like a new passion of a sort, and getting a bit more committed, yes. For a minority of you, it could be that you're getting your family settlement ongoing, because this can indicate also family. Perhaps you're already moving in together, or you're planning a family already. So for a minority of you, I do feel this could be the case for those who are in a relationship already. But yeah, for those who are single, I do see you getting either way. For a lot of you, could be the person who you already have in mind. For those who haven't met yet your significant other, it could be that you're meeting them literally in the very beginning of the month, and it's getting really rosy and nice. It catches up quite fast. And yeah, this change can indicate either way that you're getting into a romantic relationship, or if you're already in one, you're escalating to a new level of commitment, a new level of a new passion of a sort. Like somehow things are just getting into a new level of excitement of a sort. So next oracle card, we have Nothing is Wasted. Okay, so that makes me think that everything that happened in this relationship or will happen is kind of interconnected. So even if for those who are single but you have a person in mind and things have been like going bumpy roads, not really clear, not enough clarity, I do feel like for those who already have a person, there hasn't been enough clarity. So this is going to change. And with this vulture spirit, it makes me think that, nothing was, literally nothing was wasted. Nothing was wasted. And all of those moments kind of led to where it leads to in this reading. As you can see so far, even like without me talking here and explain all this, it's kind of pretty much obvious that it's going really well. And for those who are already in a relationship, the nothing is wasted. It means that if you were looking towards a more committed relationship, for the minority that I said that we're planning a family, it means that, it has happened. It slowly goes towards that direction. Because if you thought that, you gave the person a lot of hints and you see that, okay, there's no family happening, there's no proposal, there's no moving in together. If you're in that kind of like limbo of a sort, is that how you? Anyways, you know what I mean, I guess. Then this indicates that nothing is wasted, and every little thing that kind of you said or talked about or hinted, it was considered and it will be applicable to your future. So if you were thinking about family, eventually you will build a family. I do think that you might probably have started talking about this in June or considering it with this person. For others who are not about family and you're in a relationship, it could just mean that you're getting just closer with your partner, much closer romantically and physically. And like every little moment just adds up to make things just better. Kind of. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, let's go to the next oracle card. We still have 3 more, by the way, after this. And boundaries. Now, the boundaries is a really interesting card. I do feel like this is talking about something completely different from the previous messages. With the boundaries, next to the nothing is wasted because it came right after. What it makes me think about is that, it could be potentially for the minority of you who are thinking about moving things with this partner to a more to a family settlement, making a family together or moving together, and you have felt that there were boundaries. Like, you felt that maybe the person was not listening, or the person was not, or that was not the case, basically, because it's next to the nothing is wasted. So it makes me think that those boundaries, those little challenges that might have happened in the past, it kind of makes sense in June that things, were not wasted. It makes sense that those boundaries were not really there, and kind of things start moving, and you see that those boundaries were just a matter of time of a sort. For the people who are just starting their relationship, I do feel like with the boundaries, you might have thought maybe if you have a person in mind, you might have felt that there were some sort of boundaries that you couldn't get closer to this person. It could be so many things, honestly. It depends because it's a general reading, but it could be maybe even physically, like there was distance between you. Or it could be that you just couldn't get together because you thought it just doesn't work for some reason, for whatever reason. But nothing is wasted. Once again, next to this, it makes me think that all of a sudden things just start progressing in a positive direction. And by the way, right now, I'm not sure if you heard it. There was like a baby crying on the back. Okay, this is, we have a playground nearby, so this happens not that often, but it does happen occasionally. So, for those who are applying to family, you might consider that as a sign. But yeah, for the singles, once again, if you felt that there were boundaries and you couldn't get closer to the person, I do feel like this is not changing, but it's kind of like they were not really there. It was just a matter of time, and you will be able to see that in June, that things kind of work out eventually. For those who haven't met anyone and are single, as in like single, haven't met any person at all, you might have thought that maybe you can't meet the right person, or maybe you thought that you felt some boundaries, like you felt like you couldn't even meet up with the right person, or maybe you went on dates and it didn't work out before. Whatever the reason is, you felt like you couldn't find that person. Well, for those singles of you that don't have a person in mind, I do feel like, once again, nothing is wasted. It was a matter of time before you meet this person. It was a matter of time. Okay, now let's go to your 2 next oracle cards. We have the Romance Angel oracle cards, and you got 2. Actually, wait. No, I actually gave 2 to every single pile. Never mind. But you got 2 in this in those oracles compared to other piles. Okay, let's just have a look. Okay, pay attention to the red flags and past life relationships. Okay, so first message that I'm getting here, and we're gonna go a bit more into detail. Okay, now we are getting very space limited. Very, very space limited. I'm not sure how it's gonna look like. We're just gonna put it like this. Okay, so I hope you can see something. I went really ham with the oracle cards this time, so yeah. With the past life relationships, what does that make me think here? For the single ones of you, if you had a person in mind, or even those who didn't have a person in mind, for some of you, it could potentially mean that you're reconnecting with an old friend, with a relationship that didn't work out. I do feel like this past life relationship talks about a person that you actually are happy to meet again, because we have this fulfillment and happiness here. So if you're thinking you're reconnecting with an ex, I don't think that's necessarily the case. Or if it is, I don't feel like you're feeling bad about it. It's kind of like a wanted change of a sort. After all, my loves, you have the ability to change your future. You have the free will and the choice to decide if you want to let this person in. But for a lot of you, I do think also could be a connection that has like a sort of like friendship vibe, maybe a person who you did maybe have something with, but the things kind of like, I feel like it is a wanted, basically, person from the past. Somebody who you know, could be even a friend, but it's a wanted relationship. And maybe it's somebody who you already had in mind, and you felt that you couldn't get connected to them because of the boundaries, whatever those boundaries could be, physical or mental or whatsoever. I do feel like they're gonna come into your life. And it's up to you, of course, to accept them or not, but I do feel like it's a welcome change for a lot of you. Now, pay attention to your red flags. Now, this could indicate a lot of things. In this particular situation, I do feel for those who are single, this could just indicate that, I don't think it's a negative card. You know, this can actually show a lot of negativities of a sort, but I do feel in this case it's actually a positive card, because it makes me think that a lot of signs kind of will hint that things are going to start progressing. I do feel like for those who are single, you might have felt that something is coming towards you. You might have felt that there is some sort of change approaching. You might have felt that you might have seen signs around you. So pay attention to the red flags. It doesn't make me necessarily feel here red flags, like negative flags, because I do feel like there's a really positive progression here. But it makes me more think that there's going to be a lot of signs of a sort. And also what it makes me think is that with the red flags, if you went on some unsuccessful dates, or the boundaries were for those who are single and don't have a person in mind, or even if you have a person in mind, if you tried to get together with somebody else before and you thought that, well, why doesn't it work? Like, why can I not find the right person? It could be with this card here that they were just not for you. So that card just wants to show you that it was not for you. Another message that I'm getting is that if things didn't work out with this person, once again, it was a matter of time. With the red flags here, I do feel like back then, it was just not the right time. The boundaries, the red flags, it kind of didn't work out because of that. So I do emphasize a lot about those specific messages towards single people, but it kind of makes me think more that this concerns more the single audience than rather the ones that are in a relationship. Yeah, I don't really get that many messages for those who are in a relationship. So for those who are in a relationship, the messages that I said in the beginning of the reading, they apply. This, I do feel like those specific two cards that came up right now are more about people who are single and they're reuniting with somebody or meeting somebody who things might have perhaps didn't work out before with, or an old friend that maybe you were hoping things would work out but they didn't. I do think for singles and in a relationship, things that kind of didn't work out before in this connection were a matter of time. Okay, this reading is getting really long. I can't believe it's already 17 minutes. Wow, thanks for staying so long with me. All right, let's get you the last card and we're done. Okay, change. A change is coming. Yes, we also have the change in the wind here. So a change is coming. For those who are in a relationship, as I said before, the change has to do with kind of getting a new level of relationship of a sort. For those who are planning and want a family, there might be conversation or even actions for the minority of you that leads towards a family settlement. For those who are in a relationship but don't plan a family yet, I do feel like things are going to get more lively. They're going to get more exciting. Like they're going to be this new kind of rosy season of both great romance and great physical connection. And for those who are single, whether you have a person in mind or not, I do feel like your single status might change in June. If you accept this blessing, because you obviously have a free will, it's up to you if you let this person in or not. But just saying, so far how it looks like here, if you accept those blessings, it looks like there is a potential for a really nice romantic story happening in June. Because with this change, with all those elements that we mentioned during the reading. Okay, that got very long. Thank you so much for staying so far with me. Hope you were able to follow up. Yeah, that's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, of course. It really helps the channel. It really motivates me to make more content for you. And yeah, have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, number 2s. If you chose the rose quartz here, then this is your reading about what's going to be happening in your romantic life. I specifically actually shuffled for romantic life, not general love life. So what's going to be happening in your romantic life in 2021 June? So let's just straightforwardly hop in, because we have a lot of things to look at. We have too many oracle cards for today, so bear with me. So we have 3 tarot cards that we start with. And the first tarot card that we have for your romantic life in 2021 June is the Page of Cups. Nice. Then we have the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. So for a lot of people who are watching this reading, apparently a lot of things are working to a positive direction. So yay! Because the previous reading was also really good. Anyway, so what I can see here. The Page of Cups, let's start with the Page of Cups. Then we're going to go to 2 of Wands, and then we're going to go to 9 of Cups. So a lot of people who chose this pile might be single. Now, if the previous pile talked about people being more in a relationship committed, this could potentially be that a lot of people who chose this are single. So what I'm seeing here is that, actually also I'm getting messages for those who are not single. So I'm going to start with those who are not single. For those who are in a relationship with a minority, I do feel like it. So how it looks like is that you're going to start something new, as in like something emotionally new that you were expected for quite a bit, and this like feels like a wish granted. So there's going to be some sort of positive progression, some sort of renewal of a sort, some sort of emotional renewal. Now, for those who are single, I'm seeing a person coming towards you with feelings and excitement, and a very uplifting and positive person. And with the 2 of Wands, it makes me think that you're going to have a choice to whether accept them or not. Obviously, we always have a choice. But I do feel like with the 2 of Wands, this talks about new beginnings and kind of like making a decision to go for it or not. But I do feel like this talks about the fact when you actually accept this. So I do feel like if you do accept this relationship, it's going to feel very fulfilling. We have the 9 of Cups. You're going to feel like it might even be that you haven't even predicted that it's going to go that well. But the person who's going to come towards you, or the person who might already have even come towards you before with their feelings, and all of a sudden like things pick up in June, I do feel like whatever comes out of the situation is going to be very fulfilling, very emotionally uplifting, and kind of feels like a wish being granted of a sort. So with the 2 of Wands, it can indicate that you might have thought about this for quite a bit. You were not quite sure. It could even have dragged a little bit before June even. Maybe if you're single and this person is somebody who you potentially know, and now you're here and you can resonate and kind of understand who this person is, it could be that this person was before already in your life. It's a very uplifting, I do feel like, person with a very like young spirit. Despite, it doesn't matter what age they are, I do feel like they're very optimistic and very, they have this like young, positive attitude. And I do feel like for some of you, it could be that you already know who this person is, and you couldn't kind of decide whether to go for it or not, and you had like to make a decision here. Like I do feel like you're like this person here, like, you know, watching from your tower, like, oh, what is this fool doing? And because I do feel like they're not a fool, I'm not trying to say that they're a fool, but they're just a very uplifting person of a sort. And I do feel like you're like watching and kind of, should I go for it, should I not? Like there's like a decision here, like you're watching them and you're not quite sure what to do. But I do feel like things are going to pick up, and whatever it is, there is a progression of this relationship, and it's going to be very fulfilling. Now, in which way, we're going to look at the cards a little bit later. For those who don't have a person in mind, I do feel like there is a person still, once again, uplifting person, very optimistic person coming towards you with their feelings. And once again, during the month, you're going to be kind of deciding whether to take on this new adventure of a sort or not. And once you do, I do feel like this talks about the scenario when you do, it's going to feel very uplifting and very like wish getting granted. But for those who don't have a person in mind and the person just appears in June, I do feel like this decision comes towards more of the end of the month. Okay, let's go to your Oracle cards and we'll see more. The Temple Path. We're gonna get to next Oracle card because this is too generic to elaborate on. Okay, Treasure Island. Alright, the Temple Path, let's start with this one since it came first. Now the Temple Path, whenever it comes into my readings, it makes me think about a natural progression of things. So for a lot of you who chose this pile, this person you might be single, but this person might have been there for a while. Kind of more of a friend vibe, or maybe you already knew about their feelings, but you were not kind of considering it. And with the Temple Path, it feels like in this particular situation, they were all around the place all the time, kind of around your environment. And yeah, I feel like they were around your environment quite a bit. If you don't know this person, I do feel like intuitively kind of things were like they were stepping up to this moment. They were coming to this moment when you're going to meet, and I do feel like you felt it perhaps. If you're single and you have no person in mind, you might though have felt that it goes to somewhere, like it leads to somewhere. When this meeting happens, it kind of like, it will feel like a click, like the things kind of felt like naturally, intuitively that you were led towards that moment. Now with the Treasured Island, I do feel like this talks about the combination of those two cards here. It's basically like a new world, new journey. Like if you look at this, like you have this entire sea here, horizon, again, by the way, the sea. I do feel like the way this relationship will unfold is quite a very unpredictable kind of outcome. I do feel like there is so much more that this relationship will offer and kind of unfold that you can't even predict it yet. But I do feel like you're going to be from both sides, you're going to be very treasured. I do feel like you're very treasured by this person. I do feel like if you know this person, they might have made their intentions quite evident, but you were not up to the challenge just back then. Or if you don't know this person, I do feel like they're gonna make you feel very treasured, like very, very, they're gonna like feel like you're this little treasure and they're like this turtle, and they're gonna show you like this entire world and like, what I mean, like show you the entire world, and do feel more of a practical aspect. That's like you're gonna go on interesting dates, they're gonna treat you nicely, they're gonna treasure you. And I do feel like this relationship, there's a lot of treasuring aspects here. Okay, let's get to your next Oracle card. And we have the Use Your Mind Wisely. So with this Use Your Mind Wisely, it makes me think again about this choice that you make. I do feel like it depends on you, to be honest, whether to let this person in or not. It depends on you, and I do feel like it doesn't have a bad outcome, whatever the choice is. I do feel like this person is going to be still sticking around for quite a bit, if you know this person, that is. If you don't know this person, it could be that you'll meet and you'll still be like in friendship relationship of a sort. But this person I feel like they treasure you a lot. And the Nine of Cups, I do feel even from their side, they're going to feel like wish getting granted. Like they're going to be so happy once to be around you, to have you. They're going to treasure you. But it's up to you whether you accept them or not. I do feel like the outcome is also pretty nice. Like I don't feel like there's any bad outcomes in any case, whatever the choice is. But for some reason in this particular pile, I do want to mention that there's always a choice. But in this pile, I do feel like it's really up to you whether you want this person or not in your life of a sort. That's kind of how it feels like. But yeah, they really, really do treasure you. That's the energy that I'm feeling here. Now, for those who are in a relationship, this is how it looks like. It has a completely different meaning, though, for those who are in a relationship. It does make me think that if you're in a relationship, you're going to take a new adventure. You're going to maybe go on a vacation together. You might even decide to go to an island or somewhere where there is sea, or at the very least warm weather. I do see you getting like a wish granted. Maybe you wanted to try something new with your partner for quite a bit, and this is actually happening, which is a very similar aspect to pile number 1, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're drawn to pile number 1 as well. But yeah, Use Your Mind Wisely is about more of a, like inner choices within decisions that's going to be taking place in June. Now, with this vacation, I do feel like primarily you come up, so for those who are in a relationship, the picture looks a little bit different. It looks like one of you comes up with a really cool idea on how to kind of make a wish, a long wish come true. So it could be maybe going on a vacation, I do feel for some of you, to a very nice place that you wanted for quite a bit, or maybe just spending time, or just some sort of new environment, new adventure of sort, making a decision to try something new that you kind of wanted for quite a bit. And with this use your mind wisely, it's about making a choice in this case. And I do feel maybe you're the one that brings up this idea to your partner, if you're in a relationship. Although it's so different compared to like if you're single or if you're in a relationship. Like the meaning is so, the messages that I'm getting are so different. Anyways, yes. So let's get you another oracle card and see a little bit more. Truth. We have the truth. Now this mainly makes me think about the ones who are single. Back to the single wheel. If you're single, once again, they're gonna probably declare their feelings towards you if they haven't done yet, but I don't feel that's the case. But if they haven't done it so far, they will come forward with their feelings, or they will at the very least show their feelings a bit more on this month. And I do feel like maybe you're making the decision in this month about them, whether to be with them or not. And the truth kind of makes me think about the outcome further. So you will be able to then, obviously, once you make a decision, you will see what comes afterwards. But I do feel like there is so much more beyond once you make the decision, if you make the decision to be with this person. But I do feel like, yes, for the singles of you, there's a decision to get together with a person or not of a sort in June. Or at the very least, there is a person who will be around and you will feel their affection towards you, that's for sure. You will feel their truthful feelings. You will see how they treasure you. You will feel their attention. Or maybe you will realize your own feelings. If it's welcome change, because I do feel like there's a mixture here. For some of you, it could be welcome. For others, it could be something that you're been avoiding. But in any case, I don't feel any bad outcomes out here. Because I have this with this truth card, it makes me think that there's going to be a lot of clarity in the end of the month with this relationship here, and the outcome is going to be optimistic and positive in any case, whichever decision you make, because your decision is going to be something that you make for your own well-being, so it can't be bad. Just consider what you want and how you want your future to be. But they're really treasuring you, and they're probably going to come with their feelings, as I said before, towards you. And yes, if you choose to be with this person, they're going to feel like very blessed, like a wish getting granted. But also I do feel like you're going to feel there's a broader world, there's much more that they can offer if you accept this relationship, that is. Okay, let's get to your next two oracle cards. This is the Romance Angel oracle cards. You get two. Every pile gets two. I don't know why I'm having this urge to mention that, but every pile gets two. But let's have a look what you have here. Attraction and free yourself. So for some of you, it could be not a welcomed. Remember I told you it might be not a welcomed attention of a sort, admirer that you might not really welcome. With this attraction, this free yourself, I do feel exactly the same vibe, to be honest, as I felt before. So I don't see any new messages, but I'm going to just elaborate a little bit more on it. With attraction, somebody is attracted to you. Somebody is attracted to you because it says also here, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So you attract this romantic love. This person is coming towards you with their feelings. I do see this, and they feel so positive and uplifted when they're near you. They like seeing you. I do feel like it. They even might come, if they haven't come up yet with their feelings, they will probably with this truth card come towards you in June with their feelings. With this free yourself card, it's time to take back control of you. It's time to take back control of your life. It could mean that potentially for a lot of you, you just don't want this admirer to escalate into your relationship. For others, it could be that you're literally just let it just go with the flow and see where it goes. And I don't see that it goes somewhere bad, because I do feel like it's quite nice. You're going to be very loved and very treasured, and I do feel like this is going to be a pretty nice season. For those who are in a relationship, for those of you guys, I do feel a blissful vacation season is approaching, and with the free yourself, I do feel more of a literally just going on vacation and having this rejuvenation and relaxation. So I do feel like a lot of spending time together in terms of making maybe a long trip that you wanted to take, or some sort of adventure that you kind of wanted to have, to make happen, but it kind of couldn't before, but now it's happening. And it could be for a traveling destination for some of you, or just spending time together. But I do feel like with this Free Yourself, it's about rejuvenation, kind of feeling more freed up and kind of relaxing of a sort. And with this attraction, because I'm looking at the imagery a lot here when I'm thinking about the ones who are in the relationship, I do feel like this, you know, like kind of, I'm looking at this picture and she looks so relaxed. She's, yeah, smelling those beautiful roses. I do feel like it's kind of like, you know, when you go on a vacation, I keep getting vacation vibes here. I mean, it's summer, it's obvious, but, and I'm looking constantly, this pops up in my eye when I'm thinking about the ones in the relationship, like the sea here, the seashore, then the sea turtles. Anyways, but yeah, it makes me feel like, you know, just taking a walk in your vacation destination, just observing the environment, like smelling the beautiful roses there, kind of having this relaxed, beautiful atmosphere there. And attraction just talks about the fact that you're going to be spending time together and having really nice moments together. Kind of romance and relaxation for those who are in a relationship right now. I do feel like you're making a wish, something that you want to happen for a bit, come true. And I do feel for a lot of you could be just deciding on trying something new in the relationship or going somewhere new for a vacation. Yeah. Okay, let's get you one more card. This is the last oracle card we have for today, and this is the Good Gentleman. Okay. This could potentially talk about the person who we're looking at right now. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman that you're asking about, or this reading particularly talks about, but it just makes me think that he, she, or they're just gonna behave as a gentleman, because I do feel like a lot of treasure and energy here. If it's talking about you being already in a relationship, if it's for the ones who are already in a relationship, this could potentially talk about just your significant other showing another more caring side of themselves. When the number 5 pops up here, during the change, I look at the vacation, whenever I'm thinking about the ones in the relationship, all of a sudden this C just pops up so strongly. So yeah, a lot of you might be going on vacation, whether it's this month or you just decide to do this month, but definitely during the summer. Obviously, you are going somewhere nice where you probably wished to go before. But yeah, during this time together, they will show another better side of themselves. Like, they're gonna take care of you really well. They're gonna be a true gentleman of a sort. So I do feel like your partner, if you're in a relationship and you decide to spend more time together, because this is how it looks like here, they're going to show a different side of themselves. And with the number 5, I do feel like there's some sort of element of maybe changing environments. I do feel like maybe you're going on vacation, or at the very least you planned the vacation to where you wanted to go for quite a bit, or you're planning some sort of change that you wanted to do for quite a bit but didn't have the chance before, but it's finally happening. It's finally, either way it's happening, or you already started planning it officially. And during this change, your person will show nice colors of themselves, basically. For those who are single, this could indicate, once again, that the person's just going to show very gentleman-like behavior. They're going to treasure you nice. They're going to try to get your attention. And yeah, that's kind of it. Anyways, I know it was a lot of information. I hope you were able to resonate. I do feel like there were a lot of different situations here in this specific pile, so there were a lot of different scenarios here. But I hope you were able to resonate. That's it for the day. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also, feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, of course. It's always helping the channel so much, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys. But yeah, I wish you a great day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, my pile number 3s. If you chose the Sunstone here, then this is your reading about what is going to be happening in June 2021 in your romantic life. So I was specifically looking at the romantic life. So when I was shuffling, it is a love reading, but I was specifically asking for romance. So this is revolving around your romantic life. Also, don't be surprised that there's a little bit of darkness and you have like a really big contrast right now. I put some light on because it's getting so dark these days because of the weather. We're having constant rain here. I don't know, what's the weather in your place? Here it's constantly raining. So let me know in the comment section below if you're enjoying the sunshine. Send some here. Okay, that's been said, completely irrelevant, but let's go to your reading. So as usual, we're going to start with the tarot cards, and for today's reading, we have 3 tarot cards for you. And let's see what is going to be happening in your romantic life. Okay, the 4 of Wands. That's a powerful start. The Hanged Man. and the King of Cups. Okay, all right. So what I'm right away seeing here, and it's a very different message from other piles. I see a movement happening, marriage movement, some sort of new commitment, but I do feel like maybe moving even together. And this change that is happening in June, it is something that have been waiting for a long time. So whenever the Hangman comes into my readings, I'm looking at it more of like a waiting time. Some people look at it as like a change of perspective. It could be, but in my case, I do feel like it's more about waiting. It usually comes when it wants to tell me that there was a long waiting time in between this resolution that is happening. So, straight to the point, I do feel like either way you're attending a wedding. Here's the thing: either way you're attending a wedding of somebody whose romantic life you were following for quite a bit. It could be a friend or something, or it could be that you're planning a marriage, or you're getting a proposal and you've been waiting for this for quite a bit. Most likely for others, it could be that you're moving in together. This can indicate for Wands is about stability, security, and when it comes to this specific, the Wand energy here, it does fall in my readings as moving in together or some sort of family settlement and some sort of like stability, security that has been expected to happen for quite a bit. Now with the King of Cups, it again makes me think about more intuitive energy, because the Cups energy generally can also talk about intuition. When it comes here, I do feel like it's something that you were wanting, kind of feeling that it's going to happen, and it's finally happening. It could be also not some sort of marriage. It could be also no proposal, but it could be some sort of change that you expected. Physical, material, stable, secure change. Because the Four of Wands can also talk about celebrations. And in this case, it could be something that you're just feeling uplifted to celebrate, something that is happening within your relationship that you've been waiting and wanting for quite a bit. For others of you, it could be if you're in separation with your partner, and oh my goodness, again, I'm getting too many scenarios. There's too many, I think, people watching this. But anyways, for others of you, it could be that if you're single even, actually, and you're in separation from some significant person that you might have in mind, this person may be coming home in June. So this a lot of times signifies home to me. So yeah, just basically some person. It could be also, by the way, water energy. We have water energy, so it could be a water sign here. A person, I do feel like it refers also for some of you to a person, but a person who you were expecting for quite a bit. Some sort of material change happens. So either way, you're moving in together if you're together with this person, or you're making plans to do that. Or if you're single, this could be that this person is all of a sudden coming home if they were away. Or yeah, I do feel like they're coming home if they were away. Or at the very least, there is some sort of reconnection, more stable reconnection with this person for that you have been expecting for quite a bit. There's a sort of expectancy and a secure change happening with either way a water sign person, or this could also talk about you being intuitive, being kind of wanting and waiting for this. Okay, I know that's not that much clarity, but we're gonna get more clarity with the Oracle cards. And the first one, we have the Journey. Okay, so right, I did say that somebody might be coming back home. It could be that you were in separation with a person. It could have been maybe not even that much of a distance separation. It could be a different country, it could be also a different city, but somehow it feels like a reconnection of a sort. Maybe this person is coming back of a sort. Or, once again, I stand by my words, because look at the luggage here, look at the changing of direction, the luggage this person holds. So I'm just going to go ahead and explain it, but it's a very specific message. So if you don't resonate with it so far, maybe try choosing a different pile or look forward to my next videos. But it's a very specific message. But I do feel like it also could indicate that you're moving together. So there is a sort of movement. One way or another, it talks about movement of homes, movement of secure ground of a sort. So it could be that this person is coming over. If you were in separation, it could be that if you're in a relationship, you're living together, maybe, or you will be living together. Maybe you're planning on moving together, or maybe you're planning to build a family together. And that kind of starts with sharing responsibilities in a common space of a sort, which we're back to same house, sharing the same house. Anyways, but yeah, it's a change, kind of like there was a distance in time distance in time. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to say there was a long expectancy of a sort for this kind of to happen. A pause in between, or things kind of didn't move, but then all of a sudden they start moving. In June, there is some sort of physical movement happening. Whether this person's coming over, you reunite, or you're moving with your partner to a new place, or there is some sort of physical, secure change happening that is worth of celebrating, and a journey might be involved. Okay, one more card. Poised. Oh. So if you were in separation for the singles of you, or not even the singles of you, but if you were in separation from this person, with the Poised card, it just talks about being extremely happy about this reconnection. So this celebrational vibes that I felt here, they're happening. I do feel like you're going to be very happy about reuniting with this person, or at the very least with this change that is happening in June for you, pile number 3s. I do feel like you're very happy about it. And there is some sort of movement. I do feel like there's some sort of movement. Either way, moving houses. Either way, this person is coming over. I keep repeating myself, but the message is quite strong and clear. Let me get you one more oracle card, and we see more. Reclaim your power. Panther spirit. Number 4s again. Notice that we have number 4s about security, stability. So yes, some sort of security, stability is happening for you, pile number 2s. Oh my goodness, pile number 3s. In June. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power means, talks to me about reconnection with somebody. Reconnection, or with literally getting to next stage, as in like practical, physical, material security, next stage of your relationship. Like moving in together, maybe even a wedding, but I'm not quite sure about that. We would have a little bit of a different card settlement in this case, but maybe moving in together or planning to move in together, reconnecting with a person who was in a distance from you, and you feel very happy about it, and there is nice, really nice reconnection happening. With Reclaim Your Power, I do feel like there is a lot of happiness, a lot of celebration in this reunion, especially from you. I do feel like you're going to be very happy about this change that is happening within June. Okay, let's get you a few more cards. You got actually 2 of those wonderful spellcasting oracle cards when I was originally aiming for 1. Well, I go with the flow in my readings, so we have 2. Family passion. Well, maybe some of you are actually building a family. Yeah, it's a very specific message here. So others of you could have been getting a proposal. Since we have a family, now it's kind of hinting me that it could be what I was thinking before. So it could be moving homes together, starting a family together. It could be a proposal. It could be some sort of... So as you can notice, all of those scenarios have very common ground. They have this security, this sort of like next level commitment security basis. With the passion here, and I do feel like it resonates really well with the Poised, there's a lot of happiness happening with this. Like it feels like there is a wanted change that you wanted for a while, and it's finally happening. And you're very excited about it. You're very happy about it. You kind of get a new level of enthusiasm. And potentially, this could lead to further commitment with the family here. But it is romance. I was specific about romance. So I would mainly maybe not say that it could be that you're reunited with your family, but it is romance because I specifically asked for romance. So yeah, commitment, some sort of commitment going on. What else can I see here? Yeah, definitely rearrangement in terms of your material surrounding of a sort. Moving, more independent person is coming over. There's a lot of passion. There's a pretty passionate encounter together. So when this situation happens, there's a lot of passion. When you kind of meet, if you're single, when you meet this person, there's a lot of passion unfolding and a lot of like potential talks, or at the very least, you make up your mind, one of the two or both of you, kind of like feeling that this could be something long-term and very nice. If you are in a relationship already, I do see that this escalates into a family settlement. So either way, you start living together or you start getting married. You start all of a sudden getting married in June, even if you didn't plan it. That's not how it was supposed to sound, but maybe you get a proposal. That's what I mean. Maybe you get proposed, for instance. But yeah, this is the most committed of a sort pile out of the three. So when you chose this, you're going in deep for a commitment here. So So yeah, if it didn't resonate, you might want to choose a different pile then, because it's a very specific message. But yeah, let's get to your next 2 oracle cards and we'll see more. So true love and finances and career. Oh, okay. There's a couple messages I'm getting here. And oh my goodness, I'm again out of space. If you've been watching my previous readings, you see that this is a classic tradition that I'm rearranging my space settlement here with my cards. It's such a tradition by now already. Well, it could have been worse. Okay, so with the finances and career, what I'm seeing here is that first, you might be started sharing responsibilities. So your finances and career kind of going to blend in. Career, obviously, you might have different careers, but finances, you might start sharing them. It also could give an external message. So this person might be coming in with kind of a financial offer, or there might be some sort of connection that you have with this person in terms of finances and career. So maybe you start a project together. This is not for everyone. That could be for a minority of you, but I do see that somehow your career and finances could be linked to this person. So either way, they take good care of you, or it could be literally that you start a thing with them in terms of career that kind of like you have also like a romantic relationship, but also like a partnership of sort in terms of career. But for a lot of you, I could also think that it could indicate sharing responsibilities in this new settlement, in this new security of yours, sharing, maybe even kind of rearranging your finances, kind of looking how to split, share them, and so on and so forth. But true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. I really like this card. It makes you feel like this kind of like tam-da-dam, you know, like very conclusive, spectacular line that you would get in the end of a really nicely read romance story. But yeah, this is the romance of a lifetime. So it is, I do feel like this is a very nice connection and there is so much happiness. I do feel like there is a reunion for some of you here. For others, it's just union and some sort of union. In any case, there's some sort of union happening that has been expected for a while, whether you're single or in a relationship. So, and it brings this sense of security. Finances and career are involved in for some of you. It could be that you're sharing the same job, the same career, or you're having a similar passion of a sort in terms of a career, perhaps. Similar hobbies, perhaps. Also, it could be split responsibilities in terms of finances. True love just talks about the fact that you both have really honest feelings here, and things get clearer and more passionate as the month progresses, basically. All right, let's get you your last oracle card that we have, and that is, a little child. Okay. Now, don't freak out. Don't freak out. If you're not planning a child, that's very much controllable. But if you are planning a child, it could also potentially happen because we have a lot of family settlement here, a lot of long-term, even if the family settlement doesn't happen yet, this specific relationship of this pile has a potential to build that family. So this could be a long-term potential. You don't have to freak out that it just came up right now. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a child in June. You could. For some of you, the minority, it could be that you're getting pregnant if that's what you want. You could be getting pregnant in June or having a child in June if that's something that was already happening. But for others, because of how this reading looks like, because of how very much family-oriented this is, I would say for most of you, this indicates that this relationship is a potential with a family, potential basically. Now, it's always up to you, obviously, but it just makes me think that there's a lot of like those family vibes here. If you're already in a relationship, if you're already in a committed relationship, there is like things start picking up, I think, from June, especially visibly. Something that you have been waiting for is happening in June. For a minority, if you were expecting a child, this could also be the case, actually, that you're getting a child. And this could potentially mean that you're just stepping into a new kind of like you're making a journey into something new in your life. And literally you need more stuff for the new member of the family, for the minority. But yeah, what else can I see here? The little child could also indicate a lot of like, if you're not planning a child, if you're just getting together with this person, if this person just came up to your life, like all of a sudden, because I do feel like a lot of also friendship and partner vibes here for the singles. It could be that with a little child, this person could be sometimes very like optimistic, kind of sometimes behaving like not like a little child, but you know, there's people that are really uplifting. They're really like playful. That's a word. So this person could be actually playful, and this could indicate either way how your relationship is going to be like there's all this playfulness, joy, poised, or that they sometimes can be playful and act like a little child, in a good sense, I guess. But yeah, I know it was a lot of messages, but there's a lot of you out there, so I was trying to cover up everything. It's general reading after all, but yeah, that's it for today. It got quite long. Thanks for staying so long with me. Hope you're able to keep up. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, of course. I'm really grateful for each one of you. It really helps the channel and motivates me to make more content. But that's it for the day. I wish you a great day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye!